A lot of people are saying Isiah Rodgers could start over Quinyon Mitchell this year. And if Bradbury is gone, that could be a huge possibility. I kind of want to get into that and how lucky we are to be in this cornerback situation that we're in and kind of go through all that. So let's get straight into it.
Because I've seen enough horror movies to know any weirdo wearing a mask is never friendly.
Yeah, what's going on, guys? Hope everyone's having a fantastic day today. I have a cough today. I don't know what's going on. I don't know. I feel like I'm getting sick like all the damn time now, which is kind of crazy, but I'll be all right. Okay, so what I really want to go into today is the cornerback position. How lucky the Eagles are right now. I mean, to be honest, guys, last year we thought we were deep, and obviously with the injuries of Avonte Maggs, the injuries of Zech McPherson at nickel, it just kind of messed everything up because then we used to had to rotate guys into the nickel spot, which really messed a lot of things up. And hopefully, this year that nickel spot will be a lot better. We know it's wide open right now, but outside corner is definitely where we really got to talk here because, you have guys like Isiah Rodgers that was, suspended because of the gambling last year. Okay. Worked out, went through a schedule, I guess, through the season as if he was actually with the team all year. Okay. And showed a lot of promise that this could be a big move. Now, I don't know, before signing Isiah Rodgers or maybe signing him when he was suspended, did they already have the thought of drafting a corner in the first round this past year? I have no idea. But I think when they found out Quinyon Mitchell was available, that they definitely took him there, and obviously Cooper DeJean and the rest was settled after that. Isiah Rodgers has a huge chance right now. Now, this is with Bradbury being out the door before the season starts, which we're still trying to figure out if that's even going to happen. But if, a lot of people in my comment sections have been saying that don't be surprised if Isiah Rodgers starts over Quinyon Mitchell. I don't like drafting guys in the first round and redshirting them their first year, because I don't think the Eagles really have a plan with Quinyon Mitchell any other way, any other position. I don't think they're going to move him anywhere. I think they want to keep him on the outside. But with Bradbury here, and hopefully will be gone, traded, released, whatever the case may be with it, we're hoping Isiah Rodgers, is probably going to get the bigger shot here. Had really good OTAs, really good minicamp. Quinyon Mitchell did too. The only difference is that Isiah Rodgers has been in the league for 3 years already. He's got a lot of years under his belt, and he's got a huge step over Quinyon Mitchell right now. Quinyon Mitchell hasn't even faced anybody in full pads yet. Okay, I understand that OTAs, minicamp, it's no full pads. It's, got to take everything with a grain of salt when it comes to that. But when it comes to the coverage and some of the activities that they do without the full pads on, you kind of say, okay, well, they get themselves in the right position to make plays. And Isiah Rodgers has done that over and over again, coming back with a vengeance. Isiah Rodgers has thought that every team has kind of written him off. Okay. And I could believe it because he tweets out a lot of stuff. He says a lot of stuff on social media saying, I'm not going anywhere. I'm going to be here the rest of, he makes a lot of promises. And it seems like if you're making promises with your mouth on social media and it's connecting to what you're doing on the field, then you're obviously doing something right. Okay. Quinyon Mitchell just has more value right now because, yes, he could play on the outside. Yes, they could put him on the inside if they want to, which I don't think they're doing as of right now. Since they really didn't move him to the inside during training camp. During mini camp and OTAs. Okay. He's got value on kick returns. He's been a kick returner. He's got a lot of speed there. So he has a lot more value. Until we see Quinyon Mitchell roll in and see what he could do, it's just really tough for me because, Slay is already going to be here. I have no problem with Slay being here for this year. This is his last hoorah of his career. I don't know. Apparently, there's rumors Slay might retire after this year. And, it just sucks because Quinyon Mitchell, if he doesn't start till next year now, it's just like it's like a whole wasted year. And then it's kind of like he's got to learn all over again. And hopefully with the same coordinators after 1 year. And hopefully Vic Fangio is still here after this year. After, not even just here, but after one successful year under Vic Fangio. But this is the best position that you have ever been in. I mean, the Eagles haven't been too fantastic at cornerback for a lot of years. Obviously, Slay has been the better of the cornerbacks that we've had in recent years. Bradbury's had one good year here, and hopefully, either he'll be gone if he does stay. I guess they're thinking that he can come back to what he used to be. I don't know. Him moving to safety and all this stupid crap about that just makes it seem like they're trying to build his value up, or they just have no trust in Bradbury at corner whatsoever. This is a legitimate spot right now where now you have youth at cornerback, and to keep Bradbury here is going to take somebody else off this roster when it comes to cuts. I don't want Eli Ricks going anywhere. I don't want Keely Ringo going anywhere. Keely Ringo, praised by A.J. Brown. Isiah Rodgers is getting a lot of praise by A.J. Brown as well. If A.J. Brown talks about a corner in a good way, that's a really good sign. Because remember with the first year of Bradbury in the offseason program, he talked about Bradbury doing a good job against him, and look what he did the rest of the year. But this is the time where we can't rely on our defensive line anymore. Okay. Because the Jim Schwartz scheme is different from the scheme we're doing now, but we used to just build our defensive line, build that rotation, and have mid-tier corners, not even that, in coverage. Now it's a different story because a lot of these corners have to be athletically sound. They have to work on their fast break tackles. We need to get multiple helmets to the football on every play, and we have to be, we have to be we have to be clear of what we're doing. I mean, simple as that. The final piece to this defense is the coaching staff, as well as the offense. They really, you have a great roster on paper right now, but none of these moves are going to matter by Howie Roseman if you just keep failing at the coaching staff and what they could do and helping these guys and put those guys in a good position to win football games. So it's really tough for me to kind of put Isiah Rodgers out there and say, oh man, you know what? He'll just be a backup this year, but it's really hard for me to say Quinyon Mitchell's going to start. I mean, it sucks, but man, the Eagles put themselves in a bad position, but a really good position because the amount of guys that you have right now and how deep we are at this position at cornerback is just ridiculous. And I feel like after this year, going into 25, Slay will be gone. Bradbury will obviously not be here. If he is here or not here by the 24 season, you're going to have brand new corners, for the future of this team. And hopefully one turns out to be an all-pro, a pro bowler or whatnot. And that's what we're hoping coming out of this class, especially with Cooper DeJean, especially with, Quinyon Mitchell and Eli Ricks and Keely Ringo and some of the, even that Sean Steffens kid that played at a small school that had 16 interceptions in 2 seasons at 2 small schools. So, it's another guy out there, Tyler Hall's another one at nickel that, has been consistent when he's given the opportunity, just hasn't played consistent games. So I think there's a lot of bodies there, especially guys that played last year, had a lot of playing time. Keely Ringo had playing time last year because of the injuries, obviously. But I think Bradbury's injured once last year. I can't remember. It was a short injury, but I remember Keely Ringo took over at outside corner for a couple of games. I thought he played really good when Matt Patricia took over those first couple of games. Eli Ricks has shown a lot of good flash. I just think he's more of a man-to-man guy. I don't think he's a great zone guy. That's the only issue I have with Eli Ricks as of right now. But I think this whole room is definitely exciting. And, Isiah Rodgers, it's not that Quinyon Mitchell can't be better than, Isiah Rodgers or the rest of these players in the league. I just feel like he just hasn't got his feet wet yet. Hasn't had full pads on, hasn't faced anybody in another jersey yet. You know what I mean? So there's just so much to see right now. But it's going to be really tough for me. It's going to be really tough to put my head down, go forward in the 2024 season, and Quinyon Mitchell, your first-round pick, is sitting on the bench. It's going to be really tough unless they do this thing where they get rid of Slay and Bradbury and say, let's just start the younger guys. I don't know. I don't even think that's going to happen. Obviously, James Bradbury will be the most reasonable trade, release, whatever the case, and Slay will probably be here most likely for his last year. So you're in a bad place, but a good place at the same time. A bad place only because, like, if Quinyon Mitchell has to sit and he's not playing up to par, then it sucks because you don't want to sit a first round pick. You don't want to sit him and then have to, then you have to, the only good thing about Quinyon Mitchell is he has 5 years. You have a 5th year option. fifth-round picks get a fifth-year option. So technically, you can have him for 5 years if you really want. And if he doesn't play up to par these 4 years, his fifth-year option probably won't be as high as everyone thinks it's going to be. I don't know how that works out with the fifth-year option, depending on what you do, or maybe I'm not really sure about that. I really don't know the numbers to all that stuff. But I think this is the most this is the opportunity that we have right now, finally, at cornerback, and not getting free agent corners and going out and getting aging corners. Like, this is the time now where, this secondary is about to explode, and we're about to find out, who's ready to play, who's ready to show up. Obviously, the one thing that pushed things back that could change things during training camp is obviously the injuries, because you can get injuries, and unfortunately, some things will happen. Some injuries are a blessing in disguise, where somebody will come right up to a position and play really well and be like, damn, this is probably the best thing that ever happened to us. You never know what could happen. But that's all I really have to say about the whole situation. I think it's really important. It's just been unfortunate. It's unfortunate and it is fortunate, because I feel like it's good and it's bad. You have a lot of depth at corner, and I don't want to waste Bradbury being here. So with Bradbury not being here, yes, there's more opportunity to keep a lot of these guys that you really want in the building going forward. I want to know from you guys in the comment section below, what do you guys think about this whole situation? Let's just say Bradbury is gone. Do you think if Isiah Rodgers is better, do you start Isiah Rodgers even if he's having a better camp, a better offseason program and training camp, joint practices, preseason, or do you give Quinyon Mitchell the job? Regardless how good, regardless of how Isiah Rodgers beats him out or something like that. You guys let me know in the comment section below. If you guys haven't checked out the Philly Shakedown podcast merch, definitely check that out as well. We have 6XL t-shirts. We have brand new men's sleeveless, women's sleeveless t-shirts. Go get them. We have a big release coming really soon. I would say a couple weeks into training camp, we're going to have a big release of new merch coming that we're very proud of, and we're designing a few things right now, and it's going to be really good. And we can't wait to unveil that to you guys in the future, and all that great stuff. So a link in the description for the store. Everything's in there. And make sure you subscribe. And I'll see you guys on the next one. Shake Squad up, follow slide. Peace out, guys. Peace.